Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello, all. Today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon, because every time you do, you support the show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon, and we thank ye.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Oscar?
Yes.
Big news.
What is it?
A Hollywood get.
Really?
Yeah, we have an exclusive on the show today. Let me give you the background. Now, you know Hollywood producer Robert Evans.
I am aware of him.
We've had him on the show, ostensibly in the past, and Hollywood producer Robert Evans had so much success with his first autobiography, The Kid Stays in the Picture, and we've all seen the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was published by, it's been actually reissued by HarperCollins.
Nice.
And the publisher is also getting ready to release his second memoir, The Fat Lady Sang.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. And he's got so many great credits. He did The Godfather, Chinatown, Marathon Man. But the most exciting thing is, like the first book, he's going to do a book on tape again.
Ooh.
Where he reads his own words. Now, our exclusive, we actually have a preview from the book on tape.
How'd you get that?
I know people at HarperCollins. I know Harper.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know Collins. And so here we have actual tape from The Fat Lady Sang, book on tape. Let us go to the clip.
I'll never forget the first time Liza Minnelli came to my bungalow. She said, "Bob, I want you to try something new. They're poppers." She squealed. "Poppers," I said. To me, that sounds like some kukla kind of breakfast food. Boy, was I wrong. The high was amazing. But to be truthful, it was the only way that I could function in the sack with Liza.
Oh.
It wasn't just her voice. That was a cold shower in a voice box. But she also had a strange odor.
Oh.
Somewhere between aquavelva and day-old Dungeness crab. In any event, it was a weekend I won't soon forget.
So these are clips, Oscar, from the book on tape.
Wow.
It's Robert Evans for The Fat Lady Sang. Now, I'd never heard Aquavelva compared with Dungeness Crab.
I didn't know he was with Liza.
Oh, he's been with everybody.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, I think there are more revelations to come as we go to clip number 2 from Robert Evans, The Fat Lady Sang. I know it's going to start soon.
Roddy McDowell loved to experiment. One time at a party in the Hollywood Hills, Roddy asked me to come to the master bedroom.
Oh, dear.
Why, I asked. "Because I have something to show you," he said. When we got upstairs, Roddy bent over and proceeded to produce 6 billiard balls.
What?
All different colors. And, buddy boy, those billiard balls didn't come out of the medicine cabinet. It was a weekend I won't soon forget.
Amazing new sides of Hollywood stars that we've never heard before. Do you know anything about Roddy McDowell?
No, but I know about billiard balls.
Yeah, apparently they're now intertwined. This is fascinating. These are book on tape clips. Robert Evans reading from his upcoming second autobiography, The Fat Lady Sang. We have a third clip.
Nice.
Let us go to the clip right now.
Being in the same environment with Kathleen Turner was like being on another planet. The sex wasn't just amazing, it was life-changing. In part because of her proclivity for embedded positions.
Oh.
Needless to say, after one all-nighter at the Beverly Hills home of Doc Severinsen, Doc needed a new chandelier, and I needed an Olympic medal to give to Kathleen. I still have a numb spot at the top of my right thigh.
I imagine that was an evening he would not soon forget.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, do you know who Doc Severinsen is?
No, but I know what a chandelier is.
Yeah, and you know why it was ruined. Yeah, Doc Severinsen was Johnny Carson's band leader. I wonder if his name will come up as we go to our fourth exclusive clip.
A fourth clip?
Yes, from the book on tape, The Fat Lady Sang, as written and read. I like to call him Bob Evans, but it says on the book, Robert Evans.
I don't go in for other men very much.
Oh, no.
But try to say no when Robert Wagner has you on his boat off Catalina.
Oh, he's so beautiful.
At 3 o'clock in the morning after 6 lines of coke. The 2 Bobs were aptly named that evening.
Oh, no.
And we weren't bobbing for apples, my friend. And after about a month, I never thought I'd sleep with a woman again.
Wow.
It didn't take long for Ruth Buzzy to fix that situation.
Oh, yeah, baby, yeah!
But from that day on, I was most definitely bi. And I don't mean coastal.
Now, I find that amazing.
Wow.
Did you know he was bisexual?
No, but I know what bicoastal is.
Yeah, of course. Well, we're getting there. Ruth Buzzy, also a great American comic. And now we go to, I think, is this our 5th clip, I think? Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Oh, thank you, Bob. Yeah, we've got lots of the outtakes, too. This is our 5th clip from the Fat Lady Sang book on tape, Robert Evans. Same music every time.
I would have to say that my farting contest with Francis Ford Coppola was one of the low points of my career. Francis had made the gravy for his pasta. And boy, did he go heavy on the hot peppers. When it became apparent that Francis and I were experiencing the same stomach distress, we just let it all hang out. Right there in the middle of his office.
Wow.
When Brando arrived,
oh no,
he couldn't breathe, and we couldn't stop laughing.
He used to call Coppola the boy genius.
Wow.
Yeah, he did. So now I think we have a couple of clips left. I think we're up to number 6 as we go to the book on tape, The Fat Lady Sang, from legendary Hollywood producer Robert Evans.
If you ever want to have a book written about autoerotic asphyxiation,
and who doesn't?
Call Jan Michael Vincent.
Oh no, Airwolf!
And if you need some motivation, make sure you ask Vicki Lawrence to come by, wearing her hot pants and a tight sweater. I knew we'd never be guests in that hotel again. The cleaning bill alone had to be in the thousands.
Do you know Vicki Lawrence?
No, but I know what a clean bill is.
And now I hold in my hand the final envelope. Ladies and gentlemen, as we review the exclusive Mike O'Mara Show preview of The Fat Lady Sang, here's Hollywood producer Robert Evans.
The Mile High Club was a mandatory requirement for anybody who wanted to fly on the Paramount Gulfstream.
Sexy.
And when you have Kirk Douglas, Goldie Hawn, and the Hudson Brothers at 30,000 feet...
Oh, the Hudson Brothers!
And your flight attendant happens to be a very eager young hottie by the name of Sally Struthers.
Oh, the young Sally Struthers.
Well, let's just say the cabin wasn't the only thing that was pressurized.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business. From the entertainment capital of the world.
Cut! All right, that's it, cut. Cut! What the hell was wrong with that cake?
Nothing with you, baby Herman. You were great. You were perfect. You were better than perfect. This Roger, he keeps blowing his line.
Roger.
What's this?
A tweeting bird.
Roger, read this. Look what it says.
It says rabbit gets plunk, rabbit sees stars. Not birds, stars.
Can we lose the playback, please? You're killing me.
For crying out loud, Roger. How many times do we have to do this damn scene? Go! I'll be in my trailer. Taking a nap. Excuse me, Toots.
My stomach can't take this. This there's a mess. Clean this set up. Get him out of there or seal him up in it. Lose the lights. And say lunch. Hey, lunch run ahead.
Please, I can give you stars. Just drop the refrigerator in my head one more time.
Roger, I got that on your head 23 times already.
I can take it. Don't worry about me.
I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about the refrigerator.
I can give you stars. Look.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
Live from Studio 1K in the Fiberplex Broadcast Center, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. We're downloaded worldwide 18 million times, powered by Encore Insurance, and we are at MikeO'MaraShow.com. That is our main delivery system. Also, we're on 102.9 FM WTNT in Washington, D.C., and the mighty 1630 KCJJ in Iowa. That's KCJJ.
It is.
With our friend Steve Bridges and Tommy Lang and all the good people out at KCJJ. We say hello to them. Our show today was brought to you by Wait Not. 10 pounds today.
Attaboy.
I was 10 pounds yesterday. I'm a little more than that. I don't want to say 11 until I really get there. And
You kept it off.
That's thank you very much.
Yes.
I succeeded in keeping that off.
Pretty soon you'll be boning like Robert Evans.
I'm so looking forward to working
Why?
with you today. Anyway,
He really does. He was preceded by like a cloud, wasn't he?
Right. Range of options for Weight Not to fit most any budget. Weight Not plans start as low as $5 a day. I had the cabbage and the turkey and the salt and pepper just fried up yesterday.
It's fantastic.
And I love it. I'm going back to all my good eating systems and chopping up my strawberries and having a fantastic time. And I got my egg white and my one egg. And it's just, there's so many little combinations.
How do you do your eggs?
I will occasionally. Most of the time, I will just put a tiny bit of ham
Yes.
in a pan, and I will fry 2 egg whites and an regular egg.
I'm all about the HB egg, the hard-boiled egg.
HBA?
I love a hard-boiled egg.
Nothing like it. I almost
So
played
great.
the sound effect. We're talking about Weight Not. We want to hear your stories and your success stories on the Weight Not. You can go to the Weight Not Facebook page to find out more. Visit weightnot.com. I love the program. It is like an old friend, and I'm back
It's
on
the best.
it, and I'm having so much fun. And really, when you're talking about just about 7 days and you get that kind of a result, more than that actually, 10 pounds in less than 7 days, it's just exhilarating.
At this rate, you'll be actually non-existent in 3 months.
10
He's
deck
gone.
chairs, 10 deck chairs off the Titanic, and I feel great. And I kicked myself in the ass for not doing it
Your
sooner.
face is getting skinnier.
Yes.
If you'd like to get
And Leo's
involved
getting larger.
in Weight Not, go to weightnot.com and make sure you show us what you're made of. And we'd love to hear from you on the Weight Not program as well. I'll have more details as this goes on. Got a long way to go. Very, very excited about it. So we welcome in studio today on the Mike O'Mara Show, making another visit at my invitation last night when he was at karaoke with his girlfriend, Mr. Todd Moore, ladies and gentlemen.
Girlfriend, what?
Creator of Compulsive, all-round bon vivant, green car driver.
Yes.
Guy that takes care of the environment by driving a super hot vehicle.
And I found out that his brother also owns a Tesla.
His brother's a man of means also.
Yeah, we're out there saving the environment.
That's
Attaboy.
good. That's
The
good.
more boys.
And fabulously wealthy. Is it an older brother or a younger brother?
Older.
Really?
Mhm.
You get along well with him?
Yeah.
Did he ever beat you up?
No.
That's nice to know.
How much older is he than you?
5 years.
5 years?
Mhm.
Family man?
Yes, 2 kids.
Okay. About time for you to settle down, you know.
Might be. I don't know. He kind of did that for me. He took over. So.
Right. And last night, you boys, you and your friend Oscar were at karaoke.
Yeah, we had a TM Soft happy hour, which turned into, hey, let's go to karaoke. And I'm not a great singer, as you know.
Where did you end up? What karaoke
I know it was
club?
an Irish bar, right?
Re-Roz, right?
Yeah. Re-Russ.
In
Is that the one
Clarendon.
down by? The one in Clarendon.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Mike, you remember Clarendon. We're too old to go there.
We can't get. You could maybe.
No.
You
You can go there.
You could get away with it. No,
I
No,
couldn't.
no.
I am
You should have seen
officially-
this crowd. All ages were singing.
They card at the door, and if you're under 21, you can't come in. And if you're my age, they say you need to get back to Loudon County.
Now, karaoke is a form of entertainment that I truly enjoy.
and you're
Yes.
good at it.
So I could
Maybe the best.
with the right amount of fortification, I could drop by. But
It was an all ages show.
it was an all ages
Yes.
show. And what was that? What do you figure the oldest person there was?
Oh, I don't know. What, 40, 50?
Yeah,
Sure.
50. Probably
Did
50.
Oscar?
Hey, I got a question for you, Ralph.
What's that?
How hungover are these guys today?
They're really. It's like there's a governor on the engine.
He is. He's faking it. You can't fake it.
No.
You're not a pro. You
I can't drink
make-
enough Red Bull.
Now, how much did Oscar drink last night?
Oh, it's
Did he drink enough
countless.
that when he was singing karaoke that he pulled his sleeve up
I
over
didn't
his
sing
mouth?
enough.
He
I
didn't-
didn't drink
I
enough
couldn't
to
get
sing.
him on stage.
What?
No.
You love to sing.
No. I left my heart in Cleveland.
Did you wear your boot while you were up there
Oh,
on
yeah.
the on the stage?
I know he never hit the stage.
Your
No,
ankle boot.
Todd looked at me at one point. He's like, "We can't go out with that thing on your leg." I said, "That's my thing on my leg. You don't have to deal with it. I'm the one that's hobbling around."
Yeah, and it's going to help you get better quicker.
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
have to wear
He didn't
that
care.
thing.
He wanted me to take it off, and so I didn't
Yeah.
like.
What an embarrassment.
He's like,
You can't perform with that.
No one's going to want to talk to us.
He can't
perform.
Yeah.
There are to having a bar that had a very, very, very popular karaoke night when I first started.
Yeah.
I watched the decline of karaoke. It happens in almost all bars, where you will get the incredible. You might have a spike, and it might just be incredibly popular. And if you do it on the same night for a long period of time, sometimes that wanes a little bit. And it did with me. My karaoke when I first opened the joint, it was really slow, and then I infused it with a new karaoke guy. And we had about 3 to 4 weeks where it was balls to
Killing
the
it.
wall, and there's nothing better. When you've got a packed joint and everybody's coming up and singing, it's fantastic. Then I watched the slow decline, And when you've got like 20 people in a bar, or maybe 3 people in a bar singing karaoke, it's very
and it's the same. It's the same people week after week,
so
right?
Impressive.
This is the wrinkle though. This bar's known for. Todd's talked about this bar for I think the last 6 years.
Right.
We had never gone.
Right.
I had never gone with him.
So they're known for their karaoke.
They have
night?
a live band behind you.
Oh,
and they're
really?
good, and they're really good.
So they actually, you're not singing against a track.
No.
You're singing with a band.
This is why it's so amazing. You got a drummer, guitar, everybody, keyboardist. It's a full band,
and they're good musicians.
And
really
they are
good.
great.
Really?
They are great.
Well,
yeah.
see, there you go. That'll
Will that bring
sustain
you
it.
out? Will that bring you out?
Next Thursday.
Come
That
on.
would bring me out.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
That is very, very cool. I would actually do that. That is
See?
All right, we got
Yeah,
it.
but they can't. You need a horn section.
My work
for
is
this.
done.
You know? She gets hungry. Thank you. For dinner at 8. No, anyway. Sorry. Can't help myself. Do they do Frank Sinatra?
Yeah,
people.
There's a book of songs. There's a ton of songs they do.
They have a book.
The whole book. Do you have a book?
We have no book.
If you did that,
Right.
I mean, you would feel the love from the audience. When
Really?
someone can really sing, people get into it. You're like you're on a concert.
How many
So
people
it's
would you estimate were in the bar?
Great question.
300,
200? Yeah.
Well, there's a
300
lot.
at one point. It's
There's
max.
a
It's packed.
huge
He's
difference.
funny, isn't he?
There's
He's
a
good.
huge
How
difference
was
between
the evening?
100 and
It
300.
was
It's
good.
about
It was
200.
great. It was amazing.
That's
About
right.
200's a great crowd for a
It's
bar.
packed. You
It
can
is.
barely move in there.
That's very cool.
Well, now it sounds bad.
And what time
If
does
it's too crowded, who wants it?
what time does it start?
9:30.
The only
But what
thing-
time does it really get going?
About 11.
Yeah.
And they have decent chow in there too.
Chow?
We didn't.
Well, they don't eat.
You went to drink there.
We just
Now,
drank.
if one wanted to, the only thing, being elderly,
Yeah.
the only thing I would have, the prerequisite I would have would be to get a seat.
Oh, you can do that. They have
Yeah,
big
we had
tables.
seats.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
get seats?
Yeah,
You'll
yeah,
have
man.
to get there at 6.
I mean, because not only if it's good, if it's rocking, it's fantastic.
Mike.
I love watching it, especially the people that suck.
Can you commit to next Thursday?
Let me check. Check
your
right now.
calendar.
Hold on just a second. I'm going to see what's
All
going
right,
on.
make sure everything's okay.
Well, I mean, I'm home with a baby. What do I have going on?
Oh, I don't know. I just want to make sure.
Is the place
Next Thursday I'll be there.
is the place baby friendly?
No.
Bring the child.
Hey, let's get a schedule out of them. I won't mention the bar again until I find that out.
That's right.
Yeah, say, hey, I'd love to come by, but they don't need me if they've got 200 people there.
Yeah, but
Hey,
when you get on stage, because you can sing,
Shoo-ba-boo-da-doo.
it's pretty cool.
I come in with this in a suitcase. Hey, would you mind if I put that up
Yeah,
and
let me
back to
throw
me
some-
when I
yeah.
perform? Thank you very much.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mike is singing something from Dean Martin, and I'm behind him with a T-shirt cannon.
Are they kind?
Can
They
you
are
be
kind.
kind?
Well, you can. If you're not good, they'll gong you. There's a huge gong, and you have to get off the stage.
Cool.
So is
Yeah.
it's like Chinese restaurant?
No,
Irish pub.
Young, old, in between?
everything.
Really?
Mhm.
And how's the factor?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
You're in.
I'm
Oh,
there.
sounds
I'm there.
good.
You want to come?
Yeah.
I think I would.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
do an outing. We haven't had an
that'd be
outing.
Rob
amazing.
can't come.
Why can't Rob come?
Wow. All right. I'll stay home. I'll watch the kid. I'll watch the kid. Have fun, boys.
No,
I'm sure it'll be great.
No, come on,
Bad.
Rob. You're just messing with you.
We'll have an outing. It'll
Just
be fun.
no Birkenstocks, please.
What does that even mean? I have to tell you that I know I have almost sounded like a sports talk host this week because I have been into my sports games.
You have.
Last night I am talking to a gentleman, my friend Michael Kelly, who's going to be in here in the next couple of weeks with a very, very big announcement. I'm excited about that. So I talked to him for about an hour and a half, and because we're doing some
Sexy
business,
talk.
not sexy talk, but it's about an hour and a half. And by the time I get back in, I've missed all of my sports game. My beloved Boston Red Sox
Right.
playing the Seattle Mariners. And so I'm very frustrated, and I walk in, and so, all right, maybe I'll get the last half hour of the game.
Would you ever TiVo that?
Yeah, but I just and you know what? It was on, so I could have replayed it. I
should say
didn't think to
DVR,
do it.
TiVo no more.
If it's a big game, a playoff game, and I want to see it all
Right.
real time, I'll do that. So I walk back in after I get done talking to Michael. It's probably 9:40, and I walk into the den and I see on the TV Mariners 7, Red Sox 1, and I do the Napoleon Dynamite. Because it's like, okay,
Not only have you missed it, it's miserable anyway.
Yeah, so what I then go into the mode where it's just background. It's just wallpaper in the background, and 7-1. The Red Sox last night go into the bottom of the 9th inning. My beloved Red Sox. Nobody's going to care about this except me.
I like it.
7-2, down 7-2. 6 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning, a miracle comeback by the Boston Red Sox, and it made my night.
Aren't they lucky?
It made my night.
Isn't that organization lucky that you started watching the game and turned it around for them?
Amen. Yeah. That's actually my boy.
Yeah.
That's Michael William that's turned
He
it
did
around
that?
for
Good
him.
luck charm?
All I will tell you is that when the O'Mara Parsley phone tree is activated,
yes,
you know that's a significant, and I was on the phone tree.
Oh.
I never text my family members.
That's
I
cool.
never do. I got one out to, did you watch it? Did you watch it? Did you watch it?
Did Kathy send you a picture of the final score?
I went to Kathy's husband.
Of course.
It was Kathy's husband and Kathy's husband's son. The other Michael in the family.
Oh, yes.
So Michael Parsley received a text.
We all have our favorite Michael.
And then my nephew Ben.
Oh, who I love.
Ben's a good guy.
And I went up to Ben, and Ben got right back to me. Ben was there. Ben lives in Boston. I don't know if Michael's living in Boston or New Hampshire right now, but it's the Boston connection. So I implemented the family tree. This was, I know you don't follow sports games, but this was
Did anyone...
Well,
that type of comeback...
Did you text or call?
I text.
Because if
that's
you call,
what you do. Late at night, you text.
Because they think someone's dead otherwise.
Yes.
If you get a call late at night.
Yeah, especially in my family. The phone rings and it's like, hello? I knew that baby. I knew that baby was too much for him. I knew that he couldn't handle that. I knew it was too much.
What time did it wrap up?
Jesus, I don't even. The time became incidental.
Oh, you got ramped up.
Mrs. O'Mara had retired with my son early, and so it's about 11 o'clock that the game was quick. It was about 11 o'clock.
It's so much fun, though.
And I went upstairs, and I know that Carla's on the feeding schedule, and I'm hoping that she had play that crap.
I love Dave Loggins.
I hate that. I truly hate that. Mrs. O'Mara had gone up earlier, and I was so ramped up. And, here's the thing. My dad, that's when I get sad, because that used to be just an automatic phone call. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning, and, and so Paul's on vacation. I didn't realize that. My brother-in-law.
Right.
So he was out like doing what you guys were doing last night.
Nice.
And so I got the text messages back early in the morning, but it was one of those deals where I'm so wired, I'm so amped up, I can't control myself.
Right.
And I go upstairs and I realize, my wife likes to watch the game.
Do you shake her awake?
No, I shook the baby.
Did you see it, Michael?
Yeah.
Wake up!
Wake up!
What are you doing to him? So, I want him to be aware of the game.
I got to talk to somebody.
I'm praising him, really.
So Carla stirred when I go in there, because incidentally, when I go to bed, it's a process. I mean, it's a process like you would see.
Well, you have to get the truss off.
No, if you would go to see a science fiction movie, and, when they're in the pods because they're going to go to Mars or wherever, they're going to sleep for 6 years.
Because you're going to be incubated.
I have to go into, and you hear like clack, clink. Oh, and I'm putting this on. I'm putting my little Achilles splint on, and then I'm putting my CPAP mask, and I'm filling the thing. I'm filling the thing with water.
Yes, of course you are.
And I'm going click, and I'm going, and then I went into the boudoir for my my pre-bed pee.
Yes.
And then she stirred, and she said, "What's happening?" I said, "You're not going to believe it." And she just, without hesitation, goes, "Show me tomorrow."
Oh.
I said, but it's really, really good. Can I show? No, show me tomorrow. So Mama wakes up at 7 o'clock.
This is Mike coming to bed, wearing his CPAP mask.
That probably is like a 15-minute process.
You're not going to believe what happened. You're not Carla. Carla, I know I'm wearing my mask. Carla, wake up, please.
And then Carla says, "Is the mask underwater?"
Wake up. Wake up, please.
Is that thing waterproof?
Carla, wake up, please. Is that the right one?
Carla.
No.
Carla.
Oh.
Carla.
Close.
Carla.
You want
Carla. Carla.
Oh.
Carla.
I've never heard.
Look at the world's smallest Darth
Hi,
Vader.
Carla.
Todd Moore sings, "Hey Jude."
Sounded just like that.
Carla.
That's pretty good.
No, it's in a wind tunnel. I'm trying to find the right one. Here we go. No, that doesn't work. Anyway, what am I doing? I don't know. I get obsessed, and I depart from the show temporarily. I can't stand that.
So did you finally wake her, or?
She woke up this morning.
Okay.
7 o'clock. Instead of watching the Today Show, we turned this on because it's about maybe 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That it took to baseball. When it's really rocking, it happens. They come back. They score 6 runs in the bottom with the closer from the Mariners in. And incidentally, can I just I want to say this again. I don't say this online. This goes out to our Seattle Washington area fans of the show, and there are many of them.
Yeah,
and
they're groovy.
From my affiliate in Spokane, Washington, I just want to say that really, I feel for you people. I do. You know, you're nice people. They're just not.
They deserve better.
They're not angry and bitter. I mean, if I was on the receiving end of this, I would be spewing the venom on Facebook like there's no
they're all
tomorrow.
high.
It's I don't know if
they're
all
sparking
high.
up weed and saying, "Well, man, they're gonna win next time. That was great for Boston."
It was funny.
Let's go hiking.
They're just like, and it's like, boo. Way to go, Red Sox. Let me see if I got it. Because
you know, I was really bummed on the game, so I went up to the top of the Space Needle, and it was so groovy.
I don't understand why every time they have to lose games like this. It's so frustrating.
You know, this is sad, but Mike is going to be so glad. So it's really not that sad.
Well, all I write, and this is when they tied the game, not when they won the game. I write OMG on my Facebook page because I'm blown away.
After you posted that, did you say to yourself you jinxed it?
And so this obviously comes from somebody in the Washington area.
Yeah.
Felix Hernandez, I think, was the name of the pitcher.
Oh, one of Oscar's.
And the guy writes, "This is how angry they get. This is the extent of their angry. And they've given up 5 runs. They're out of their mind. Poor Felix. I don't know how he puts up with this nonsense year after year." That's exactly the kind of response I got. I love these people out in Washington.
They're happier out there.
Good people.
They're just happier.
They have the attitude that is not. They're really. This is another guy. This is another guy that writes this. They were all the people late at night that I communicate with are all on the West Coast. And the guy that was,
so they're also 3 hours earlier, right?
Exactly.
So they really have the wherewithal to really be pissed off if they want to be.
They start getting upset about the fact that the Mariners can't get good players. So Jeff writes, "Could the Mariners be any more hopless?" Ownership (parentheses Nintendo) has more money than God and puts this mediocre team on the field. They're just being really analytical.
Yeah.
If this was Boston fans, it's like, kill him! Drag him through the streets!
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mike is threatening to burn down Fenway.
Yeah. Another guy writes, Nintendo only knows how to make video game systems.
Oh, my God.
The Japanese business model does not translate to baseball. They go on. And then players don't want to come here. The money has been offered. And it's just, they go on.
Do you think the players don't want to come because it's so rainy and sad? They want to go to a sunny place.
They're just funny people.
It's just hapless.
And the last one I'll read from this is Travis. This is Travis, obviously out in Washington.
Yeah.
In spite of how much this one stings, I feel better about where the Mariners are now than I have the last 2 years. At least they're finding creative ways to lose. It's better to lose like this than to lose every game because they score less than 2 runs.
Hey, Travis, that's it.
You're a better man than I. You've got a good attitude.
I can't imagine that you would ever say anything like that.
No. I'd be like, die! Die! You ruined my Thursday. Die! We'll take a break, come back with more. We've got Todd Moore here from creator of Compulsive. We'll talk about that because he's been playing with that, and we'll have much more fun on the Mike O'Mara Show coming up right after this.
You'll never find as long as you live.
Did anybody sing this last night, guys?
No.
You know, I would say this would take a lot of stones to do in karaoke.
Is that a challenge?
If you see it so, take it. Take it.
You'll never find. All right, anyway, this segment of our program. How come they're hungover and it's like getting to me? I'm starting to feel buzzed. This segment of our program is brought to you by Encore Insurance Services, LLC, the people who bring you this show every weeknight on 102.9 WTNT. For a free life insurance quote, visit smartterm.com or call 866-347-5748. And when you get that great life insurance that they're going to offer you at pennies compared to other policies, please give me a call. Oscar dealt with him and loved his experience.
Well, no, you know what? Don't call you. Send you a note.
Send me a Facebook
I don't think
message.
you need a call.
Or, as you'll find out in the bonus show, tweet me.
Yes.
They'll do all the work for you. Encore will compare rates to help you save. License and disclaimer info at smartterm.com. Be sure to thank them for sponsoring TMOS Encore Insurance Services at smartterm.com.
I don't do this enough, but I want to congratulate you
on
having Twitter be your bitch.
Now, don't leave it in the locker room.
That's all.
On today's bonus show, there will be an extensive discussion of Twitter.
Yes.
I will say, because we did this show. You're going to hear this show later on today. We've
Right.
already taped it, so I don't want to kind of get things out of sequence here. But just say, I will tell you as a tease that last night I dove in because I know that I had to make some adjustments on my Twitter feed.
Yes.
And I quit.
Oh no!
Yeah, I quit.
You quit?
What I have to do.
You're still copying the stuff from Facebook onto Twitter.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
You're still active.
You remember when we were saying I have to remove one and only
Yes.
do
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other?
yeah.
And I was just looking at that and just, there's no in the Twitterverse. There's no information.
I know. You know what you're about to say.
There's
is,
no information.
Mike, unrewarding.
It is. That's bull ass. But you'll hear more about that later.
Yeah, you'll love it.
Much fun at my expense. Todd.
Yes.
When we get you here, we like to talk about compulsive and find out what's going on. I know that somebody had mentioned a new color scheme for compulsive. Is that what they're doing?
Yep, we just released version 1.1. It's got
Is
a
that
dark
the update
theme.
I got yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, so I've not played it since then. So if I were to bring it up now, the colors are different.
And not only that, there's patterns. And what I didn't realize, there's so many colorblind people out there. I got tons of emails saying, "Can you
can't
please?"
cater to those losers.
But I did.
What about us? What about the sighted?
Colorblind people are not totally blind, Rob.
Yeah, whatever. I think it's a gimmick.
So, how is the progress going? I mean, I know when I ask you guys about it, we got to start with the. I know that a lot of people picked up on it, and is it still chugging along, or
It could be doing better.
Are you on the way to world domination?
No,
you always
not at
say
all.
that. You always say.
Well, it's weird because it's getting a lot of reviews by bloggers, and it's very positive. And then you look at the ranking on iTunes, and it's not doing that
the new
great.
colors are great.
How does an Angry Birds become an Angry Birds?
That's a great question. Everyone's trying to figure that one out.
Right. As far as somebody's got to go viral with it. We've had this discussion the other day. Major celebrities.
Yeah,
that's a play.
That may be the key for you reaching out, and because if you can get celebrities, like for example,
Jane Pauley.
No, I'm thinking of the example of when Alec Baldwin was booted off that plane and he was playing Words with Friends. Words with Friends spiked in popularity like you wouldn't believe. It went nuts, and I think that's the key. So,
do you know him? Can I get him?
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Can you make that happen?
What's the rumor with the Today Show?
celebrities.
What's the rumor with the Today Show? Who's
who's the host that they're going to recommend White Noise on the show this week? They're supposed to, but I haven't heard anything.
Matt Lauer?
No, the other one.
Who's the lady?
Savannah Guthrie?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, she apparently uses White Noise and was going to mention it.
Well, this is just my inside show business knowledge. If you really want to get something promoted on the Today Show, the path to that is through Roker.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Roker is the guy to go.
And you know what? He's a whore.
Stop
he
it.
is no.
Now,
he
how are we
was-
going to get something promoted if you're calling a man a whore?
Well, you know what the first thing he did today is he says, "I'm making a Vine video."
Oh, yeah, because he likes to be hip.
Yeah,
and,
but
trendy.
you know what? That would have been hip and trendy 3 months ago.
Right.
Not now.
What is since we've got the two techies here? Let's talk a little tech for a segment. We have a lot of fun on the bonus hour talking about Twitter this week, but I'm curious about my kids. Hit me to this a long time ago that the social networking services are very, very fickle. It's almost like a new club opens in a downtown area. I remember having a good old saloon or a good bar. You can make a living doing that, and you can probably have it for a very long time. Having a nightclub, a technical nightclub that starts at 11 o'clock with music and everything, those places are lucky to last about 6 months.
It's the karaoke story all over again.
Yeah.
It burns hot and fast and brief.
Right, and that's why, when you have a hook like this karaoke that's been going on for a long time at that joint, that's very, very cool. But I know with social networking, it seems like really young people tend to want to hop on to the next big thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned Vine, 3 months, 4 months old, maybe even longer than that.
Didn't
That's been
the
out there.
Instagram adding video, that's what killed Vine, right?
I think so.
They're both still very popular.
But they're still popular.
Yeah.
And like you said, the youth of today, that's what they use.
And
they're not on Facebook at all.
They're not on Facebook. My daughters are just don't go to Facebook anymore.
Right.
It doesn't have
not
Facebook.
relevant.
It's just amazing though that how that can change. I mean, the technology is all there. They do little tweaks here and there. Now,
Why do you love me?
I love technology, but Facebook is very, very popular with adults, with grown people. I mean, they seem to like it a lot more. What is the social networking vehicle? Is there another Facebook that people are using right now.
Well, I really like Google Plus, and I don't think people give that enough credit.
Todd loves Google Plus.
And you've been on that boat for over a year now.
Yeah, it's great. When I go on Facebook, I'm like, oh, it's just more photos of kids. Sorry, Mike, but that's what you get, from everybody. It's like you're my No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
I didn't mean that.
Thursday night. He can't help himself. I've tried to help him. I have tried to help him.
I'm kidding. I kid.
Thursday night is so awesome.
But when I go on Google Plus, I get a lot of relevant stories, and it's almost like a news feed about tech. There's a lot of tech people, I guess, on Google Plus.
Do they still feature, and very proud of the fact that you have the circles of friends?
Yeah.
On Google Plus, so you can have like your work friends and your playtime friends. So
you keep everyone in circles.
So if you post something to your people that you hang with, you don't see it.
But
people at work don't see it.
The thing is, I've been on Google Plus.
For
me, it's just a lot of really like nouveau riche douchebags. That's what I see when I'm on there all the time.
So outside of
typical
kids on Facebook, pictures of children, happiness. What else don't you like on Facebook?
What don't I like on Facebook?
What else do you see a lot of? You're like, oh, I don't want to see this anymore.
Everything. I mean, there's no one's really sharing anything that I find interesting, or Facebook is not bubbling those stories that interest me.
Is that a Facebook? Is that a Facebook issue or a Todd Moore issue?
I think it's a Facebook issue because.
Well, what you just said is Facebook doesn't offer anything that you find interesting.
Well, they have their algorithms that try to pick the stories in your feed, and I think Google does a much better job at that. Just because probably Google, you use Google for everything. You're searching; it knows more about you than Facebook.
Are you on LinkedIn, Mike?
I am not on LinkedIn. In fact, LinkedIn's been out for forever.
That's the worst mistake of my life ever, signing up for LinkedIn.
I avoid it because...
oh, God, I can't get out of it.
I avoid it because, I don't get enough requests from people in the business community that want me to be on LinkedIn. And B, I feel the same way. I've heard Rob say that. I didn't want to get tied into another thing like that. I just didn't want to get it. I want to make sure, if I take a plunge now and if I go to some other service, social networking service where I want to get my message out, I utilize social networking for one reason. I want to get the word out about the show.
Exactly.
And as you'll find out on the bonus hour, I'm technologically crippled. I don't know how to do that. But at the same time, for my own use, I see what you say about Facebook. I mean, you can go through a weekend of Facebook, and everybody kind of looks at it. I know Rob and I do.
Yeah.
And you just sit there and go, blah blah blah.
I think
blah,
it's. You know what? I think right now Facebook is in a summer doldrum.
Yeah, man.
I mean, there's just nothing on it.
And also, I think when you get into the doldrums, that spurs on the negativity. And that's when people. Right now on Facebook, I just think people love to bitch, but they don't like to, get into anything positive. And
they don't want to give.
That's a drag.
Yeah. Speaking of technology, we mentioned this on Tech 411. New episode, by the way, available now.
Is it still on?
Yeah, come on.
It's on the More Network.
I know. I love it. I listen every week.
That the Xbox One's coming out, and I was wondering if you're actually going to upgrade in November.
I love my Xbox 360 that I have now. I got the new Xbox 360, and if you can tell me good things about the Xbox One, I'm a first-person shooter. I'll sit there and play. I'm playing Sniper right now.
$500.
It's $500.
And not only that, you have to throw away all existing titles and buy them all over again because they're not compatible.
You're kidding.
I'm the kind of person where I will get a game, I'll play it, I'm done. I'll never play it again.
That's why his yard sales are fantastic.
That one yard sale where I had all my games that I sold for $5. It was fantastic.
Also, you can get the Bolivian Xbox, the Xbox One, which is also very good. Oscar has that.
Rob Stewart.
Thank you.
Here all week, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. You'd have to. One of the things I don't do, and I've talked about this before, I don't interact. I don't do online gaming.
You find that creepy?
I don't want to do that. I want to get a headset and talk to some 8-year-old in Muskogee.
What if it's someone you knew though? Like, let's say it's a game, and you say we mentioned him before. Your nephew Ben is also into this game. Would you do it with someone you knew?
Yeah, but I like to sit there mindlessly, and I'll tell you, here's a secret. When I am playing, when I'm playing Xbox, it's when I'm usually a little bit depressed.
Really?
When I'm very depressed, I will
You play every weekend.
I play. Well, I'm depressed all the time. I do not play every weekend.
No, but you know what? He hasn't played in months because he's got the baby. So he's happy.
Right. But when I play, it's usually I'm extremely bored and there's just I got nothing better to do, and I don't want social interaction. I want to shoot people dead. Oh. That's what I want to do on my video screen.
Are you listening, TSA?
Thank you very much. I want to kill people.
That's right.
That's all
America's
I
most
wanna
beloved
do
podcaster.
is kill people.
So you have to pre-order it, and it's sold out already.
Yeah, I won't. I'll wait. I'll wait till it gets cheaper.
Oh.
That's what I'll do. I don't.
Will it come down by Christmas?
No, because that's when it's coming out.
Oh, it's coming out at Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you, man, I got through that sniper thing. I had to run to a turret box, and
Yes.
I get on this big, heavy-duty, high-caliber machine gun,
Right.
and I got guys coming at me 360. They're coming in all different directions, and I'd have to shoot them in the forward, the forward zone of fire, the killing zone, as it were.
Right.
And then I'd have to jump off the machine gun, crouch down, stab myself with the little needle to get my health back, and then I'd jump back on. Yeah, the EpiPen. And then I have to jump back on the game, and I'd have to, scour the area. And then I realized, what am I doing? There's just no way I'm going to kill all these guys that are coming to get me. I've got to lay low and get right on my belly and go through the reeds. And once I did that, I escaped. And I got to the helicopter, and now I'm onto the next mission.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll play.
Does this game have the naked woman in it?
The naked one? No, that's long gone. That's Far Cry 3.
Oh, okay.
Far Cry. Can't wait for the next one of those.
What are you playing now?
It's called, I think, Sniper. I'm not sure. We'll take a break. Be back on the Michael Mayer Show.
Walk along the city streets you used to walk along with me. And every step
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Mike.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I'd like to talk about a brand new game that's sweeping the online community. And one of the greatest apps you can put on your phone. And something that if you try it once, you'll never be without it. Are you compulsive? The hottest new addiction is available for Android and iOS tablets and smartphones. The TMOS listener reviews are in. Quote, it's the 36 double Ds of entertainment.
Wow.
Tony, say goodbye to your social life. Honk. It's like crack. Alethea. I hope Todd never finds love so that he can keep churning out great apps. From John. Compulsive is an addictive game that is quick to learn, but difficult to master. It's completely free, so there's no excuse. Get your...
That sounds threatening. Say that nicer.
I gave a different kind of read there. It's completely free.
Download it or I'll kill you. Say that.
So there's no excuse. Check with your doctor to find out if compulsive is right for you. Get your new addiction by searching for Compulsive on the iTunes App Store, Google Play Store, or at tmsoft.com. A Katie Cole company.
She's CEO.
Please ask friends and family on Facebook to help you with your new addiction to compulsive. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review and get compulsive today.
Hey, question. Does Carla still play, or is the baby cutting into that time?
I really haven't been paying much attention to it, and I think the baby is cutting into that time.
How dare he?
But the baby did break 100,000.
Awesome. But she still plays. We were talking about social networking before. I want to get to a bunch of stuff on the show before it's time for a brand new, tweaked-up segment.
Yes, I think you're going to enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
The Entertainment Report, new and better than ever.
Hell to the yeah.
I will tell you, I want to go over it. Let me do this because this is a nice segue from where we were before.
All right.
We're still kind of on the same subject. The dating game has changed since Facebook came along, so here are 5 do's and don'ts to keep in mind the next time you meet someone.
Oh, this is perfect for me.
This is specifically for Facebook, which we were talking about nobody using. But no, people use it. It's
Yes.
just the kids aren't using it.
Well, the kids, you know the kids, Mike.
What's the matter with the kids today?
The kids with their rock and roll music.
Come on, kids. What are you doing? Stop being such an ass. Why are you such a silly ass, kids?
And clean your room.
Number 1, don't friend someone too soon.
Ooh.
According to a recent survey, about half of people send a Facebook friend request either before the first date or immediately afterwards. And they're saying...
I've seen Oscar do it in initial conversations with people.
Well, he's doing it for different reasons.
Yeah.
Oscar's got a very
Not that
solid
night.
love life. Oh, not that night?
This was some time ago.
He was between women?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
which is a great place to be.
You made a mistake. You should wait. Here's the thing. You should wait until you... Boy, this seems a little heavy-handed to me, that you are on at least a few dates with someone before you friend them on Facebook.
Yeah, because you don't want to cross-pollinate. You don't want them knowing too much about you and your other lives.
Oh, okay. What if you just follow them?
Oh, no. You can't do that.
And you're not talking about a Facebook. You're talking about like from
a
car
in real life.
If you're dating multiple women and you're posting multiple pictures, that's tough to manage. You really got to do some work.
Mm-hmm. Once they've accepted your request, they can see all your pictures, your status updates, and what other people comment on your stuff.
That's
so,
right.
yeah. So you might be dating somebody, go out on 2 dates, and then the next date you go, it's like, who's Vicky?
That's right.
Yeah, I understand
or even
that.
worse, she posts to your wall and says something really bad and embarrasses you in front of everybody.
That was the greatest night of sex I've ever had.
After you
I'm
friend them,
amazed that a man that's so small can give me such pleasure.
and after they friend you, of course, you can poke them.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
Isn't it, though?
Number 2, defriend each other immediately. Now, I always said it was unfriend, so this is saying defriend. Is that the proper term for it?
I forget. We had this argument before.
Defriend each other immediately if things end badly. Defriend the person immediately and block them, I would say, if you stop seeing each other, since you don't want them to still be able to see your posts.
Yes.
Makes sense.
So
That's kind of the way
So
it has
true.
to be. When when your relationship ends with somebody, you have to unfriend them.
And have you done this on your phone? You can actually go into your phone to your settings and block somebody.
Yeah, well, you have to block
So
them.
they can't call you anymore.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ooh.
New feature.
Oh,
wow.
That's kind of cool.
Mhm.
Is that an iPhone feature?
Yes.
Very cool. Thank you, Techie. Number 3.
According to the button on Facebook, it is unfriend.
Unfriend.
Unfriend. So defriend is wrong.
Defriend is wrong. Then we will say, I like unfriend anyway.
Okay, done.
Number 3 is think twice about what you post. Think about how you're coming across in your status updates and treat everything you put on Facebook as public knowledge.
True.
I do
agree.
that. I certainly do.
Remember you called me an a-hole yesterday on Twitter?
Yeah, a lot of people responded to it, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Like 7,000 people saw that?
No.
Really?
One person.
One person?
Because you tweeted yourself.
Your partner
Again with that?
responded to it.
Yeah.
Your partner said, well said.
Oh, I said that, yeah.
That was I was very pleased with that.
He's a good man.
And then I stopped after that.
He gave up. You know what he did? He unfriended Twitter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bonus show is so chock-a-block with ball busting for Mike O'Mara this week.
Yeah, how are you?
We can't even stop talking about it on this free show.
After the show, you had a hard time walking to the kitchen.
It was very difficult.
It was tough.
My butt was bleeding and I was drinking a cranberry juice.
That's right. No respect.
So anyway, think about what you're posting. If you're always whining about your day or airing out your dirty laundry, you're going to look negative or dramatic. And I think most people that are experienced on Facebook are aware of that.
You know what the best dramatic thing on Facebook is
What's
when
that?
someone posts something, usually a chick. They say, unsatisfied.
Yeah.
Or something like, can the day get worse? And it's open fishing for, poor me.
You're right about that, Carrie.
I was waiting for that.
Why didn't Carrie write that one day where she was completely depressed?
That she found out that she shared a common trait with a coworker that they both have sat in their car and cried before going into work.
Or was it, I don't want to buy anything, I don't want to sell anything.
That was the other one.
That was the second one. Those were 2 a short time after.
That was a time when my father actually said, you got to talk to her.
Yeah, and then the next time we talked about Carrie was when I was posting about the game right after the baby was born, and Carrie wrote, "Bored about posting about your baby anymore?"
She must have been hammered.
There's
no way you write that
and
sober.
I was just like, wow. I said, and then I said, the baby says Carrie's unhappy.
Yeah, that's right. Baby knows.
She's gotten it together though a little bit,
Yeah.
Oh! Wow. Wow.
It's difficult times at her work. It's in a transition stage, so things should be getting better.
How are things on the home front?
Oh, they're great.
They're great?
They're great.
Okay.
Carrie is miserable at work still,
Okay.
but things at home are great.
She doesn't bring it home is what you're saying.
I tell her not to. I instruct her not to. I say, you know what, you can worry as much as you want, but it's still going to be the same, so don't worry about it.
What are you doing to support her during her period of tension
That's
at
a
work?
notion.
I'm being as good as a husband as I can. Running a tight household, taking care of dinner, doing the dishes, doing the laundry, stuff that she shouldn't have to worry about.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rob told me once in private, and I can't.
And then he shakes his head.
Ruefully.
Yeah.
Rob told me once in private. I said, I think we were having like a heart to heart.
Yeah.
Or I was like,
as
hey,
we often do.
I said, like, what's going on at home? He's like, look, every year I tell Carrie that I'm going to try harder, I'm going to do better, and this is going to be a better year for me. And then he looks at me and goes, and every year I fail.
But you know what? I keep trying.
Yes.
I keep trying.
When you're talking about that, at home, as far as to be a better husband. That's
right.
Because really, and as I've said this, and I'll say this to you publicly, because I think your work performance has been stellar, and both you guys, I was talking to my friend Mike Kelly about it last night, and how, and I don't care if the public knows this, it doesn't matter. If I diminish myself, that's fine. I'm not going to enjoy this doing it without either one of you, and that's the way I feel about it. I don't care.
Thank you.
And that, I'm breaking a radio rule right there by saying that, but I really, really enjoy doing this show with you guys. And if either one of you were to take a powder, I might have to, stand back and reevaluate for a while.
Well, that's nice.
That's really the
We're
truth.
not going there.
I don't want to be these.
That reminds me, we have something to talk about after the show, but we don't need to talk about it now.
I don't want to be Rush Limbaugh and sit there with a gold microphone and flap my gums all day. Collaborative work is what I get into. I've always done it. I've always loved it, and that's what I'm into. So your work performance has been great. On the home front, you say you try to do better every year, and you fail.
I don't. You know what? I think Oscar might have been painting with rather broad strokes. I don't know that I've failed.
He never does.
I might be failing. It's an ongoing process. It's so sad when you say you failed because it means it's over.
No, but you're trying.
Yeah, I am trying.
I
am. It's funny how the conversation has taken a little turn here.
Now, for example, I am not totally cold. I'm not totally unfeeling when Carrie had a disastrous day at work.
Yes.
This week, I dropped in. I brought her a cup of coffee. I brought her something from Starbucks.
Where she works?
Yeah, and I talked her through it.
Picked up one of your dresses.
I picked up a beautiful. It was actually my sort of a vestment. It was really a tunic, and she helped me accessorize. She's really great at that.
That's good. You get that 10% discount.
But you know what? It's just it's times like that when you really, since I don't work with her and I really don't understand how or why this company stays open. I've given up trying to correct that. So
she loved it for a while, right?
Yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm.
It worked well for her, but as she advanced through the company,
now with greater responsibility,
comes greater headache. And also, she's surrounded by simpletons.
Oh, really?
And I really can't go any further than that.
Right.
But she is. It's tough when you are one of only 2 able-bodied employees in an organization because too much falls on your shoulders.
And that's kind of the world she lives in.
Yeah, and it's
tough. Not alone in that, and the entire
It's so sad for her because there's no one around her that cares, and she's cursed with the fact that she cares.
Right.
And it's really tough on her. Yeah. And I can't fix that, so what I try to do is just try to be best.
Supportive.
In the surrounding areas. So I do what I can. We're still married for now.
I can't love how he loves.
No, you can't.
No.
I can't drink how you drink.
Let me say, though, and I'll tell you this, my young friend, is that it is an evolutionary process. I was not the same person I am today. You learn to do that. You learn to evolve and bite your tongue. And when you get to a certain space with the right person, you got to make the trade-offs, and you have to do that.
It's wild. I told Carrie, I said, our marriage is old enough to drive now.
Wow. That's very cool.
It's wild.
It's wild,
I want to tell you that. It's some wild stuff.
Number 4, we've only got 2 more of this. Don't be a stalker. Of course, you're curious and you want to click around someone's profile page. But wait a minute. If you're looking at somebody's profile, if you're clicking on their page, you're not being a stalker, right?
They don't know.
They don't know that you're looking.
But if you're
and they've posted it.
If you're on a dating site, they can see that you've looked at them.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
You see there. I'd be screwed. If
No. There's a method.
The pages I'm looking at.
How's the method?
The method is that you steal their picture and then you put them on your desktop, so you can actually just, if you want to show your friends, hey, look at this girl, so it doesn't look like you're stalking the person online.
Download it locally.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's only for dating sites.
Yeah, because
for Facebook, you could get on her page and she's not going to know you're looking at it.
As much as you want.
Do you think that's stalking though? If you really go deep into someone's page, I don't think it is because that's the image of themselves that they've put out there.
Do you know what I do?
You know what I call it? Boyish curiosity.
Sure.
You know what I do that's really messed up? And I can't believe I'm going to tell you.
What?
So I'll go and
He is so hungover.
So I'll eyeball maybe let's say somebody in their 40s or 50s that looks like they had it together. They still kind of have it together, right? And
do you host a show with them?
No, and I'll cross my fingers and and I'll click on photos, and then I'll start scrolling down their timeline to look at pictures because I want to see what they looked like when they were younger.
Okay.
And then there are times when you look, you're like, oh. Interesting.
It's amazing. That gravity's a bitch.
No.
That's amazing.
It's actually it's a sociological experiment in my eyes where, like, this woman looked like this, and now she looks like this.
Right. The aging process is very, very...
Sometimes it's so kind.
And sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
I saw a picture,
it's not at all.
57, I think, or 56, Bo Derek the other day.
Still good, looking good?
Oh, my God.
She would figure, I would think she should be older than that.
I know. But, it's just, I think it's
How
genetic.
long ago was 10?
Or surgery.
Yeah, how long ago was 10?
79, 80, something like that.
Let me check this out.
So she looked great. But regarding the stalking, here are some tips. Never mention stuff in conversation that you learned exclusively through someone's profile.
Oh, my God, but you could so easily let it slip.
You'd be sitting there. Now I understand. If you're digging into their Facebook page and then you go out to dinner and it's just like, hey, I feel that same way about that novel you read last week.
Oops. Darn it.
Oh.
Don't use
Born 1956, which makes her not 70.
57.
56 she is, sorry.
It says also, don't use the chat feature every time you see them online. Remember, just because you can have constant contact with someone doesn't mean you should. I love that advice. And number 5, do use the relationship status feature correctly. This is what was one of probably the driving force behind Facebook.
Yeah.
When Mark Zuckerberg came up with the concept was relationship status.
Yeah.
It was massive for people.
Do you have married on yours?
Yeah, I'm sure
Some people
I do.
don't even post it. That's what
I'm sure I do. You don't use it, and you have to use it carefully. Changing your relationship status is a big deal, and you don't want to jump the gun. Displaying that you're in a relationship lets all your friends and their friends know you're seeing each other. So you need to be on the same page before you go changing your status.
And also it will go into the news feed where it announces to the world, hey, you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Oh? That's nice. How about that? Isn't that something?
When I flip,
Used to look at my daughters every day.
Oh,
daughters.
Yeah, used to look at it every day.
When I see that update for anybody, it goes right to the top of the list. And you're like, because then you start thinking, what happened?
Sure.
Yeah.
What's the story?
Especially if you've been monitoring somebody.
Oh.
So I think the idea is
Back into the photos.
you can go. You can stalk somebody, but you just don't want to, bring it up. If you're dating them, you don't want to bring that stuff up in conversation.
Sure.
But that's a tool for monitoring what they're up to, is by getting there. And if you went on a first date with somebody and you came back home and then decided to look at their Facebook page and see that they're in a relationship with Bruno, you might have a problem.
Also, if you're preparing for a meeting with some old friends
Right.
that you haven't seen in a while, you can go to their page and catch up on what they've been up to.
Bone up a little bit. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you this before we go to break here. Are you going to have anything about Riley Cooper in your entertainment report?
No.
This is just amazing. This is another example of the world we live in right now and how you just have to be so incredibly careful. The one thing I noticed, this is Riley Cooper, who played for
the Eagles,
the Philadelphia Eagles.
He's a wide receiver?
He goes to a Kenny Chesney concert, and he makes a racial slur. I'm going to come back and get in a fight
I'll fight all these N-words in here.
I'll fight all these N-words in here. So when I heard it used that way, he was kind of using it like you might hear one African-American wide receiver talk to another African-American wide receiver. Didn't matter. He's a white dude, and it's that word that we talk about.
Regardless of
concert.
At a Kenny Chesney. Kenny Chesney today going online and going everywhere to make sure that he distances himself from this guy. But the one thing I noticed, as you see this video being made, and he makes that statement and then he rapidly turns away, and I looked at the video and I said, instantaneously, these kids had already known what they were going to do with it.
Yeah.
Sure.
They already knew that they had something there with this guy. And it's just, hasn't enough time passed where if there are cameras around, I'm saying that, but I'm saying, boy, I could be having a couple of cocktails after a Mike O'Mara show live and say something,
but you wouldn't
not
drop
racial.
N-word.
I wouldn't say N-word, but I could maybe say something inappropriate.
You can call me an a-hole.
And,
And
but
he has.
really, if you had that now, you know what's going to happen now. At our meet and greet, there was somebody will try to pick a fight. Don't do that.
Yeah, somebody could.
I will fight you, and I will win.
Oh, good luck with that.
One, you should never use that word
in any context.
In any context.
In any way.
But I see what you're saying because he's there. He clearly wasn't going to try to fight a black person or anything like that. He was agitated.
He was referring to everybody in the crowd.
Yeah, but you shouldn't use the word.
It was and even if and I'm sure that word is. I don't know. Do you think that word in NFL locker rooms is thrown away?
It may be.
I really don't know because I haven't been in an NFL locker room.
As one of my black friends said to me.
Yes.
And I asked him about it. I said, "Look, like I understand that it's not appropriate." And I was like, "But it's kind of like a double standard that you guys use it all the time."
A lot of people do talk about that double standard.
And I was like, you should really look at what you're looking at. He goes, look, I understand, but the simple fact is, if you're black, you probably shouldn't say it, but if you're white, you should definitely not say it.
Yeah, and it's just a slip, and
whether or not it is a double standard, it doesn't bother me. I don't feel any loss by not saying it.
Well, and
so,
why you say it so much
all the time? Just the way Oscar taught me to. He said, "No, accent the first syllable, Rob."
Right.
But no, it's just I think it's an ugly, horrible word.
Yeah.
I don't see any use for it ever.
It's been an ugly, horrible word since I was 5 years old and before that.
Yep.
And I remember when it was used when I was 5 years old. We had these kids that we were out playing recess with, and I don't remember the girl's name. They came up to me and she used it, and the teacher called her on it. And I've got the black kid here, and I've got this girl here, and she used something that I would hear later on where, well, she's not, but she is, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
and
of course
referring
not.
to the N-word.
Yeah.
It's like, I knew, really, at 5 years, I remember that. On the schoolyard at 5, I remembered that was the wrong thing to do.
Of course.
That was the wrong word to use, and it's just like, for now, look, I don't agree also with the fact that in certain pop culture aspects of our society, that word is thrown out there like there's no tomorrow.
Been a big issue, yeah.
And I think that sucks as well. And I think, I don't know who it was. It might have been Bill Cosby. It might have been somebody that said, hey, listen, just take this word out of the vernacular, period.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want, if you're still going to be persecuting people for using this word, white people that are doing this, then, why? Because I think that has legitimacy, too.
Well,
I'm not somebody that says I think it should just be taken out of the mainstream.
They should take a page from the gay community where the word that starts with an F ends with a T.
Yes.
It was used all the time.
Right.
And they have ostracized that word.
They have to, and with the right movement behind people, you can do that. I totally agree with you. We will take a break, and we're coming back with a new revamped entertainment report. I'll have all the details right after this. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of the program is brought to you by Signs by Tomorrow in Manassas. If you are looking for an affordable and dramatic way to visually get your message to your customers, then look no further than Signs by Tomorrow of Manassas. Signs by Tomorrow offers a tremendous variety of signs and graphic services that will get your business noticed. Custom signs, digital printing, custom graphics. They do it all at Signs by Tomorrow of Manassas. And they have outdoor signs. They can wrap your vehicle. They can do your trade show display, your booth, your event. All your custom sign printing solutions are covered. Call Kevin at 703-530-0070 or visit signsbytomorrow.com/Manassas.
Kevin.
Experience people, state-of-the-art technology, cost-effective. Signs by Tomorrow of Manassas, your visual message specialist. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we decided that Oscar's entertainment page was really, there's another show that does the entertainment page. And I didn't want to do that. Oscar's entertainment report was a little
mouthful.
A little mouthful, yeah. And so Rob.
Did I miss this meeting?
You did.
Yeah, you were drinking.
Sorry about that. Rob came in with a new title for the entertainment.
Got a great
page.
name. You're going to love it.
Please.
We call it Oscarazzi.
Oscarazzi. Welcome to Oscarazzi.
I love it.
Cue the music, boys.
They call me Cuban.
There we go. Hallelujah.
Gentlemen, you're fans of Avatar.
Oh, the movie was great with the blue cats.
Did you like it?
I didn't love it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was ridiculously hyped. I didn't think it was as good
Did you see it in the theater?
Thought it would be.
Did you see it in the theater?
I did see it in the theater.
Okay. Did you see it in the theater, Rob?
No, I saw it on a beautiful set. I was impressed with the way it looked.
Okay.
But it's not my style of film.
I didn't
thought it was that engaging.
I thought it was a overly simplistic plot.
Yeah.
There are going to be 2 more Avatars, or 3 sequels to it, in 2014, 2016, and 2017, says James Cameron.
It's a franchise. That's what Hollywood is now. It's a franchise. That's what they're
At
going
this point,
for.
they can't lose money on it because it's built in. So many people were convinced it was a great movie before they even saw it.
Exactly.
That you know what? The fact that it's not very good doesn't matter.
So funny you bring that up because when he talks about the fact that people were convinced before, that was a hype machine that got out there. So I'll probably go see it.
You know what? He had the same hype for Titanic.
Right.
But the difference is Titanic was a good movie.
I might go see the second one. I'll
babysit for you. I don't want to go see it.
Okay.
It feels like enough work has been put into them that's worth it. The Na'vi are back, and somehow Sigourney Weaver is signed on for the second sequel, despite her character dying in the first one.
Tasty box.
Interesting. I love Sigourney Weaver.
I do too.
I like
right?
that.
And she looked good. How does she stay? She looks really good.
She looked Ghostbusters good.
Yeah. At one point, I believe there was an exchange at some sort of an award show with Sigourney Weaver where the people she heard in back of her said something like, she's had work done. And I think she turned around and said something like, she's worked her ass off.
Yeah.
The same thing with Sharon Stone. There was a picture of Sharon Stone the other day, and Sharon Stone said, how do you look like this? She said she's a gym rat.
Yeah.
She's in the gym all the time.
You know how Sigourney Weaver is. She's a brassy broad.
Brassy broad.
Guys, more people are having babies.
Yeah, Mike.
Megan Fox is expecting baby number 2.
Oh, really?
Yes. How old do you think Megan Fox is now?
Megan Fox is...
No, it's Fox, Mike.
Pardon me?
Megan Fox.
Yeah, as I said. Megan Fox would be, I think, 32.
I say lower. 27.
Ah, Rob Spiewak. Look at that.
Very good.
27 and married to Brian Austin Green, who is
luckiest
40.
man in the world.
Yeah, I mean, no career himself, but he's got to climb on that all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Good stuff.
You know what? He should have been in Sharknado instead of Ian Ziering.
Yeah. He probably passed.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Boo for him. But yeah, she's expecting her second baby.
Hey, Mike, boo for him.
Boo for him. Boo.
Ian Ziering is signed on for 2 more films outside of Sharknado 2 already.
You mean...
So you mean not Sharknado franchise films?
His career is picking up. I looked it up yesterday.
Hey, you know, I'm glad for the guy.
Yeah.
Why not? Even though he was an ass to us.
Yeah.
Are you guys still fans of American Idol? Somewhat, do you even check in?
I don't look at Idol at all.
Absolutely.
Not anymore, right?
Not one little bit.
Have you ever checked out The Voice? I know we talked about it.
I have, yeah. Absolutely.
Did you like it?
It's a better vehicle, I think, now. It's a kind of a tweaked American Idol. I like
This
that.
past season probably has her first legitimate star, so look out for her. But American Idol, it's still breathing, as Keith Urban has just decided to come back.
See, I don't even know.
What a long, slow death.
Maybe was it the All-Star game? Did they have one of the American Idol winners sing the
Yeah, and
anthem?
no one had ever heard of her.
And I had no idea.
And she wasn't that good.
Couldn't pick her out of a lineup.
They have 2 more judges to find, and Jennifer Lopez is on the fence still. She said she wasn't coming back initially, but this is what they do. They say they're not coming back, and then they sign a big contract.
Boy, 2 more judges. I think.
Who would you put?
I think Damon Wayans.
He'd be good.
Now you need a woman to balance that out. Boy, that's tough. Kathy Griffin.
She would be great because she knows music.
Now I'm watching.
Of course.
We talked about the White Stripes yesterday, or Jack White.
Yes.
Yeah, and apparently it's funny that we even mentioned him. His ex-wife, who was in the band with him, the White Stripes, has applied for a restraining order.
Would that be a cocaine reference, the White Stripes?
You know, I never thought
No,
of it
I don't
that
think
way.
it is.
I always
they're
like
very
to think
pale.
about...
I do know this, that Carrie gave me the backstory, is that they were married, but when they started the band, they told everyone they were brother and sister because they didn't want to focus on the fact that it was a husband and wife band. And so to diffuse the... I don't know, whatever the publicity they didn't want.
I hear that, and I hear people that are full of themselves.
Could be. You would love to watch this girl play drums, though. She plays drums like she's 5 years old.
Really?
Her technique is all wrong.
Really?
It's fascinating to watch.
But is she talented?
She's okay.
The band was great. Jack White is the star.
Ginger Baker, that
Yes.
documentary
Yeah.
that a few people have acknowledged, they've seen that online. Ginger Baker played drums like a 5-year-old, too.
Really?
It's kind of like... like that. So is that the way she plays, with kind of her hands up?
Yeah, I guess so, but probably not as well as Ginger Baker.
When I saw them in concert, I felt like she wasn't playing the drums.
Really?
Like I looked at her and I said, is she really playing those drums?
Like she's playing air drums.
Something looked off.
I've got to see a video now.
But you know what? There are people that don't look like they're pounding them hard enough to get them. Charlie Watts of the Stones never looks like he's playing the
Charlie
drums.
Watts did something. This is real drum nerd crap right now. But Charlie Watts would hit, say, his quarter notes.
Yeah.
His 8 notes, rather. And then he would go 1, 2, 3, 4, dot, 1, 2, 3, 4, dot, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're really supposed to go da 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 da, and Charlie Watts would go da 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 da.
Analyze that for me. Is that lazy?
How
Is
did that
creative?
translate on the radio, everybody?
Is that lazy? Is that creative?
No,
What
it's
is that?
just the way he does it. I always noticed it about Charlie Watts, that way he would play the cymbal with his right hand, he would stop on the beat where he would hit his snare drum.
Question, is that possibly jazz influenced? Because
No.
he loves jazz more
No
than
way.
rock.
No way in hell.
Really?
No, that's just a little thing he
I'll
did.
watch for that.
Just a final note on Jack White. He's accused of being dangerous, and his ex-wife fears like she can cause harm to her.
Really?
He's
Yeah,
a
it's weird,
disaster
right?
to look at. He's really physically unpleasant
But
to look
super kind when he's on these talk shows.
Yeah.
What if he married Jack Black? But then he'd be Jack White Black.
at. Oh, Mike, it's always color with you.
I know, sorry.
Mike, you know a little something about divorce. You're happily married right now.
3 times.
But when you go through a divorce, what usually happens?
You divide property.
Financially.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Shakira, you're a fan of her?
I like her a lot.
Well, she wins another victory in court against her ex-husband.
Is he trying to screw her for all her money?
He's trying to screw her for $250 million.
Oh, my God.
How does she have that much money?
International, man. She was an international star before she came to the States.
What happened?
Crossover. Apparently, she sued him for $250 million. Now the suit has gone back because in California, if you're married over 10 years, you got to split 50-50.
It's automatic, right?
Right now, the settlement looks like it's going to be $100 million.
I hope he can get by.
So the guy for banging her, he gets $100 million?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
It's still up to the courts, but that's what they're looking at now.
Wow. Well, I think the divorce situation in the United States is perfectly equitable.
Oh, Mike, you're silly.
How much
you.
time do I have left?
You got about a minute. Can you do it in a minute?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I got it. I got a couple stories. Simon Cowell. He was If let me put this to you this way.
It's getting messy, isn't it?
Following my lead, having a baby.
Yeah, but he's having a baby. He basically screwed one of his best friend's wives. Right?
And the guy apparently not going quietly, right?
No, he is not.
That's going to be fun.
Now, it's a double-edged sword because this young lady is a New York socialite.
Right.
Which is AKA for doesn't have a job.
Right.
Right? And
connected.
And her story is that she just is always lonely because her husband was working too hard.
All right, whatever.
So when you find out that the one guy that's banging your wife, because she's so unhappy, because she's so lonely, because you're making millions of dollars for the family, so she can be a socialite, is Simon Cowell.
That's right.
You're not going to go quietly.
I agree. And as far as this guy goes, I'm sorry, scorched earth. I'm all about it. I'm all about the guy going scorched earth on this.
Yeah.
I'm somebody, really, when my friends go through any kind of a divorce situation, I really do. The primary advice I will give somebody, especially if there are children involved, is high road. But, Simon Cowell, how much tail does he have access to?
True
Seriously.
He's
He's
with
out
that
there,
bad haircut.
and he bangs her, and like a 16-year-old, he gets her pregnant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And I don't know.
I don't want to pull out.
On the surface of this,
yes.
I'm on the cuckold. I'm on the guy that's the estranged husband.
Yeah.
I want to see how it plays out. Want to get all the facts, but at the same time, I'd like to see. They always say the estranged husband. I'd like to know when he was estranged.
He's got some more information that he says that he's gonna bring out at the right time.
All right.
There is
Good
one.
for him. I don't blame him one little bit.
There is one lucky break. Is that the baby and Simon wear the same size T-shirt?
Is that the entertainment
That
report?
is.
Oscarazzi.
The Oscarazzi.
I think it's going to stick. We'll take a break. Come back with the audio vault right after this. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. This segment is brought to you by our Amazon page. Summertime's gift headquarters at Amazon. I got my gum hopefully coming today from Amazon. You can get all your back-to-school needs. Go to the mom store at Amazon and get all the mommy needs that you have as well.
Excellent.
And we're going to use them. We use them every single day. You can, too. If you run an office, if you're an office manager, go through our page to get your office supplies. That's another great way to save money and help the show. Today and every day, click Amazon at MikeO'MaraShow.com and remember to bookmark it. Without further ado, let's get to the audio vault with Rob Spiewak for Friday, August 2nd, 2013. Who are you texting, Todd?
Not sure. Yeah, Todd. I hope you brought
Todd
enough for everybody.
Todd looks like he needs to crawl into a cot and take a nap.
Todd, you're reading me perfectly.
I had a pep talk with Todd before we came here.
Really?
Yeah, he's America's favorite nap designer.
I said no phone, no computer.
No, you said no computer.
Oh, that's right.
He couldn't do it.
It was a lackluster pep
And
talk.
incidentally, do you think that when you do like this?
I looked down at your phone.
Yeah,
Because you were doing a commercial.
you're either.
Wow.
That was...
Wow.
Sorry.
Because when
right.
you do that, it's very clear. And remember, you're on camera. People know that A, you're texting, or B, you're jerking it.
I did a commercial. I do commercials throughout the show.
Yeah.
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 All right, thank you. Go ahead, Rob.
As so often happens for some reason, Friday's audio vault is musical.
Okay.
And you said that Jimmy Fallon has really been coming strong.
Oh, you don't
lately.
know.
And you know what? I hate to give him praise.
Why?
He did this he did last night. This is so cool. Remember when The Roots, Jimmy Fallon, and Mariah Carey did the Christmas song?
It was terrific.
On Classroom Instruments.
You can't argue with it. It was fantastic.
The #1 record of the summer, I think this week it'll be 9 weeks at #1, which is a smash hit no matter what, is the Robin Thicke song Blurred Lines.
Blurred Lines is just
They
and really deservedly so.
Great record.
The way they marketed it, the melody of the song, just well done. And I love to see something that's really good get the credit.
And you know what? They did it last night with Classroom Instruments, and it sounded fantastic.
Oh, cool. I thought it was. Stop it right there. All right, you say they do it with Classroom Instruments. Where are they getting that bass now?
The bass is a real bass. But I mean, you're talking xylophones and maracas and everything.
Who's there?
It's The Roots.
Uh-huh.
It is Jimmy Fallon, of course, because Jimmy Fallon likes to be included.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
And then Robin Thicke doing the lead.
Oh, cool.
That is so cool.
I have to tip a hat to him.
Yeah,
That's very cool. And you know what? Again, good use of a guest. Because Robin Thicke is everywhere doing the same record. They go to another direction, and it sounds great.
And Jimmy Fallon does incorporate music into his show better than any of the other hosts that are out there.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul, and Dave, and and you've got Conan's got. Does Conan even have a band?
I don't.
You don't even think about it.
No, you don't.
You
really
even think about it. You don't make the
He
connection.
used to have a good band. He used to have Max Weinberg,
Exactly,
which was great. But I don't know what he has now.
I think they've still got a band, and they've got the backup drummer from Max Weinberg.
Okay,
I think
all
that's
right,
the way it's
all right. But I love that. And Jimmy Fallon, keep trying. Maybe you can bring me aboard. I showed you this picture earlier, and I just want you to see this guy because it adds a new layer to this tape I'm about to play you. He's a very fancy gentleman in a yellow suit.
Look at that suit.
That's a great suit, is it not?
Styling.
He called 911 this week. His name is Lorenzo Riggins.
Okay.
He's very dissatisfied, Mike.
All right.
Because he bought 7 McDoubles at McDonald's.
Yeah.
But he only got 6.
Oh, no.
So
oh, my
he called
God.
the 911. Here is Lorenzo Riggins.
I'm up here at McDonald's up here, and I had ordered like 7 burgers, and I went to my vehicle, right, and I came back to them that they took a burger from me. I told them they gave me 6 burgers. And they want to give me a burger.
What kind of vehicle are you in, sir?
I'm in a black Dodge Ram.
We'll get somebody out to you, sir.
All right, thank you.
He was eventually fined.
Wow. He got 6 instead of 7,
and he called 911. Yeah. But you know what? I feel for the guy. If you want 7 burgers, if you pay for 7 burgers,
right.
You want 7 burgers.
But the 4 words you always have to remember.
What's that?
Always check your bag.
Exactly, because you know what? They screw you in the
That's
drive-thru.
right. And even if you're like me, the person that doesn't get the straw, that to me is like almost a punishable offense if I don't get a straw in my bag.
Did he say Mike Donald's?
McDonald's.
But he said Mike Donald's.
McDonald's. Let's listen. What's his name
I'm
again?
up here at McDonald's up here.
McDonald's!
McDonald's.
Lorenzo Riggins. All right.
McDonald's.
Yes. Now, if you really want to feel old, yesterday, guess what or who celebrated its 32nd birthday?
Ooh. I don't know.
August 1st, 1981, MTV debuted.
Okay.
32 years ago.
Right.
And you know what? When I turn on MTV
I'm
now...
so glad you got these. This is great.
When I turn on MTV now and I see what they pass off as programming, it really troubles me because it used to be so great that you could turn in and watch videos.
Well, that's another thing where we got to tip the cap to Robin Thicke for, giving
us a video.
Music videos relevant again. I mean,
that's a great point.
But there's no outlet for it. Now you got YouTube, I guess. But it used to be so nice to turn on MTV after school, and it was there, and all the hot records were there.
I used to race home to watch TRL. I would sit there and
that
just
was
watch
the beginning
TRL.
of the end.
Yeah.
Beginning of the end.
Yeah, and I remember it when it came into existence, and they had VJs. I mean, it was that's what it was started for. It was started to put videos on TV. That's all MTV was.
I hold in my hand the first 5 videos played on MTV. Now, everyone knows the first one, I think. The Buggles. But what's cool is when I play you these first 5, look at the range of music they were playing. This was truly classic top 40. They covered
I use
all
my dinger buzzer to indicate approval or disapproval, and I will give approval to that one.
Okay, the second song that MTV ever played is Pat Benatar covering The Rascals. You Better Run.
Hard to believe. I wouldn't have known that.
But think about what a different song this is than The Buggles.
And she was hot.
Yes, she was.
And it's right before she banged Surf and Don.
Not in the same night.
Not on the same night, no.
Ding Buzz?
No, I don't like
Okay, very good.
Don't like that one.
The third song, an obscure one, and I wasn't familiar with it. It turns out it's the B-side of Infatuation. It's She Won't Dance With Me. Here's Rod Stewart.
I get it because I've never heard it.
It's the flip side of a 45. It's the B-side of Infatuation.
And it's still when Rob was rocking.
Yeah.
You would love this.
Love that.
God, it makes me just feel like going to the beach.
Yeah.
Man, that was a great driving song. I'm gonna download this.
I'll find it for you.
Oh, good stuff. I like that.
Fourth song MTV played, and this is, again, I can't wrap my head around. They're going from Rod Stewart to The Who.
When I say I love you.
Great song.
You're right. It's every different genre.
Yeah, they really... And you know what? I have a hunch. I feel that at this time, it's not because it's overly researched. It's just because they had people that liked music.
And they actually had a music programmer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's a big difference.
And the fifth song played on MTV, I'd never heard this song. Didn't know the band. They were called PhD. The song was eventually covered by the band Tesla, but the fifth song was called Little Susie's on the Up. Non-charting. non-charting record. But that's the first 5 records on MTV.
I love
Happy
that.
birthday, MTV, now
That's
owned by
very cool.
CBS, who fired us all. Real quick, there's so many of these showing up, and I think it's got to be because the movie Two Guns is coming out. Remember the guaranteed Denzel montage? Here's the Denzel Washington laugh montage. And it does go on. Marky Mark says that this is the first movie in his career that they let Denzel truly be as funny as he is, and you're going to walk away really appreciating Denzel as a comic actor.
Does that hit this weekend, Mr. Entertainment?
It does.
Yes, it does.
It's today.
Might have my Friday afternoon all set to go.
And finally, Conan O'Brien discusses this. Justin Bieber getting some flack because a fan in his concert handed up a cell phone, and instead of taking a selfie, he rubbed it on his crotch.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, well, classy guy.
At a concert this week, Justin Bieber rubbed a fan's smartphone on his crotch. In a related story, Justin Bieber is now 3rd place in the New York City mayoral race.
And that, Mike, is your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great weekend, everybody.
That's it. The app is called Compulsive, Todd Moore. People can go where to get Compulsive? Where do they get it? How do they do it?
Any app store.
Any app store. Get Compulsive and play it all weekend long. You will love it. Our show today was brought to you by Wait Not. Show us what you're made of. Go to waitnot.com or check out their Facebook page to get all those great stories. We thank you. A fabulous, unbelievably fun bonus hour this week where the boys attack me for my lack of Twitter skills.
Yeah.
Please check that out, and we thank you for supporting the show by buying our bonus content. Have a safe and great weekend, everybody. We'll be back Monday with a brand new show. Ta-ta for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now that the show is over, feel free to go shopping. MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website. Always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.